Wilkes Community College is a two-year community college over in northwest North Carolina. We service about 12 to 13,000 people a year. Before adapting the Cisco IP telephony system, we had the standard telephone system with the local supply provider. That service was limited to kind of the standard things that you would have maybe in your home, except we did have a switchboard that could transfer calls between one place and another, but we did not have voicemail, we did not have email or any of those new functions attached to that system.
Before meeting PNC, we had a flat network with very little structure to it. There was no scalability, there was no security in place, and very hard to manage, and lots of multiple possibilities of it crashing in different areas.
The old phone system was just a basic phone system. We had multiple lines coming into the campus, and we were paying for all those lines, as well as a lease payment for the phone system itself. We were really limited as to what it could do.
After meeting PNC and their engineers, we now have a scalable network. It's hierarchical with a redundant core, a layer 3 distribution, it's routable, and also we have multiple access layers throughout the network. With this technology, we are now easy to manage, a lot more secure throughout the network, and full redundant.
When we went to the voice over IP first and the IP telephony now system, we were able to allow movement of our employees without having to have telephone personnel come in and move telephones and that kind of thing. That's a bigger item than most people think, because with college life and programs changing all the time, people moving, and in our case we've had some new buildings built, it allowed us to move with very little changes from the telephone company and little interaction with them, and that saved us some money. The system design was pretty open-ended, which allowed us to support expansion in many areas. We've got equipment in place such that we just hit one of the nodes and it expands from there. We've added buildings and even temporary changes during particular seasons of the college when we have special functions. The decision we made opened a lot of opportunities for things. Now we're wired in most facilities that we can just take a telephone to a different office and plug it in and we're ready to go. In fact, in this particular area, we have so many wires that if someone wants to temporarily come into the area, they can just plug their phone in and take right off and they have phone access. In addition to having some wireless capability with the Cisco wireless unit.
My experience in administering the network that we have now that PNC has installed for us is that it is very easy to manage. It is reliable, and I have students in a networking academy that has to go through my class as a capstone. They're able to come in with very little lessons and take over with feet running on this system.
It's happened in recent years where we've had to have our trustees to have a call with the president about a building or something like that, where we could have that call via the telephone conference call and a decision be made without people traveling from several counties. The trustees are not always on site, so them having the ability to call in and not interrupt their schedule with an elongated meeting or elongated travel really helps things, especially during the winter months when the conditions might not be prone to good travel. I think the thing that people like more than anything else is to be able to get their telephone messages via email. You can get all your messages, who they were from, when they were there, and you don't have to sit there and go through a long time listening to what someone said on a tape recording of something. They can just pick it up, and if it's a very important call, they can put that call above another one that's not as important, just by who's calling.
The new communication solution probably saves us around 40% from our old phone system, and with that additional savings, we still have a much greater feature set.
PNC and their engineers are exceptional bunch of guys. I met Wallace Reed and Vitaly Grebin about 5 years ago, and it was amazing to me that the amount of knowledge that these two engineers had, and they was able to come to me and recommend what was out there in the world and what would work good for me. And once I took their recommendation, they come in on site, done a full install with little or no downtime, and we was up and running within a matter of days.
The new communication solution has been a great help for us with MillFest. We get a tremendous amount of call volume when tickets go on sale, And this system has allowed us to handle those calls more efficiently and effectively and without the worry of a thing just bombing out on us when tickets go on sale.
MoFest is a 4-day festival that our endowment corporation puts on. It's a music festival in the spring. We have about 80,000 visitors to our campus for that function, and from that we need more telephones in different places, and that we reconfigure the campus for that 4-day period when we don't have any classes. Our students are involved in some of the work of reconfiguring that, as well as some of the opportunities for raising money during MoFest.
On our converged network in the future, I'd like for us at Wilkes Community College to expand our security, expand our manageability, our ease of operation, and keep, with our expanded security, keep our crimes down via the network and campus security. I'd also like to stay on the leading edge of technology, and with PNC's help, I can see that possible.
Given the choice to do it again, we would definitely choose PNC and Cisco. Both companies have been a great help to us with our communication solution, and we wouldn't change a thing.
When we met Wilkes Community College, they were in a precarious situation. Their dial tone provider was also their equipment provider, and they didn't have a choice as to what they did, who they did it with, or when they did it. They needed more reliability than what they had. They needed greater features, but above all, they needed to reduce their price. Fortunately, we caught them at a time when they were open to a change. We presented to them a Cisco end-to-end unified communication system, new routing, new switching, call processing, unified messaging, and we put it into a bundle that they couldn't refuse. The deployment went very well. My engineers worked well with their engineers, and we've been able to sustain a relationship with them now for almost 7 years. During those 7 years, they've done upgrades as needed, but they haven't felt the demanding pressure to do it because our system was scaled to accommodate the growth that they have been experiencing. Since we've met them, they've moved equipment, they've added buildings, they've added technologies which include video, and expecting future growth like that for them is a given. The engineers enjoy working with them, and they've found that they're always open to new ideas. We're glad Wilkes Community College is one of our best customers.